Hey guys, welcome once again to the Nameless Gamers PDX podcast.
Woo!
We're here to do a show about a thing. We've survived Snowpocalypse February 2019.
Ooh.
How did you guys fare in that weather?
I think we got about an inch and a half.
I think that was like an inch and a half, 2 inches.
We got a
inches?
dusting, a nice dusting.
A nice dusting.
Yeah.
And actually,
it accumulated by the curbs.
yeah. I think the one that we had, at the beginning of the week or
Like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
well,
That
and
one
I
we got.
actually
Yeah, that one was the.
no, last Thursday I think when we or Wednesday or something like that we had some.
Yeah, there was like a little bit of snowing, but I think it was beginning of February.
Yeah.
We had like that big.
or maybe it was
where it
yeah
actually
Tuesday.
was, like, bad.
I guess we had some yesterday too, but
Yeah.
this morning when they actually closed the office,
It didn't look
there
that
was
bad
nothing
out
on
there.
our side of
No.
town. So
No, I mean it was pretty damn cold, but
yeah.
protective. You gonna wear your safety gear and your
your eye patch. You gotta wear the eye patch with
That
Safety
is
goggles. That's how it works.
that's a Lisa Left Eye Lopez starter kit. Is what I call that.
by Loot Crate.
Yeah.
Very nice. Well, yeah. So we survived the snow.
Made it through.
Made it through. We're here again. Usual crew's with me. We got Tony over here,
Hey.
Randy, and Ben.
I'm Ben.
Finally, and I am Scott. Welcome to the show. What's been going on with you guys besides not having to shovel snow today? What have you guys been up to?
Not a lot. Playing a lot of WoW. Been watching a lot of like clips from Game of Thrones because we got the new season coming. So been watching a lot of
Just
kinda
clips. You just go
clip-
back.
well,
to
I actually did go back and
last
rewatch.
season.
I did actually already do that, but then I've been watching clips from like previous seasons, stuff like
Okay.
that. Just
Okay.
like the
The
cool
recaps.
scenes, the cool scenes from the previous season, stuff like that. You know.
Yeah.
Right on.
So
Mostly the boob ones, I bet.
no,
Floppy
Just
wieners.
the nudie scenes.
no, because those aren't on YouTube,
Nudie magazine.
or they're not supposed to be.
Right on.
Right on. Since you finished the books, weren't you going back and reading the books?
No, I'm barely into the second book
Well,
at
the
this
show
point.
is the show is beyond the books, isn't it?
Yes,
now?
it is.
Yeah.
But I wanted something to read, but I get about 4 pages in and I'm falling asleep, which is the point of me reading it at
Yeah.
late night. So
Yeah.
so I can help me fall asleep rather.
Right on. So that's it. Just playing some WoW.
Yeah, pretty much.
Wowing it up.
Right on. How's it going?
It's going good.
Yeah.
It's busy. You know, it can be busy if you want it to. So
Right on.
Yeah.
Nothing too strenuous. Just the
No.
same routine.
yeah.
Right on.
I got to play like a sliver of Apex Legends.
Oh yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the mechanics of the game are okay. I joined 2 online sessions, and it's like you have to go find a weapon. Like if there's a house, the weapons are gone because it's already been ransacked. You know, unless you're the first guy into the.
Yeah.
So basically, I punched a few people and died. This is what that is.
It's easier with a gun.
Yeah.
It's like
What they don't tell
Not
you at the
easier to
beginning of
punch,
the game.
but easier
I did
to
get
kill.
into. We did have some good. I got into a pretty serious online Forza
Forza
Infected. Yeah, Forza
Yeah.
original Forza Horizon.
nice.
Like
1.
we
Good
had
hour session.
what did we have? Like 5 or 6 people in there with us.
I think at one
And,
point in time we actually had
we
had 8.
we like
We were
it
doing
was
good,
it was
man.
some pretty
Fun.
competitive stuff going.
Yeah.
Like it was they weren't cheating.
No.
Neither were we, and like we
No.
gave everybody enough time to pick all the whatever you could be whatever car you want.
Yeah.
So it was like, yeah.
That was fun.
That
I think
was-
I actually
had- I had
won
a lot
one of
fun.
those.
Yeah.
It's fun
Yeah.
when it works right, like as
Yeah.
intended.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
when people
aren't
don't do
cheating and
stupid shit.
and-
Yeah.
Yeah. When there's not just like 3 people running around.
Or that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, it goes pretty fast. But yeah, when there's 5 to 8 people, it's a lot funner.
Yeah.
A lot funner.
It is.
You're more likely to hit that times the
Yeah.
end time with
Yeah.
somebody still alive.
Yeah. Or like at least get really close to the end. So
Yeah.
There,
yeah,
there was a
that
couple
fun,
there where
yeah.
I barely almost like made it before DNF.
Yeah.
But like to get there, I had to beat out a guy and 2 other guys. Like it was a cutthroat race to not DNF. It was pretty intense. Yeah,
Nice.
whatever.
There's that one level.
Right.
What's that one level where you're out in the warehouses?
The Carson warehouse.
The Carson warehouse. That level sucks.
There,
You just hit, like,
there's There's a
nothing.
lot of curbs and like driveways that you
Just
it will flip your
randomly-
car if
yeah.
you hit them.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you'll just be you're bombing down and it looks like a it's like a street sidewalk, and you don't expect there to be like a
curb.
But
I know that level.
Suddenly it just bang, and you're
Got
up in
those
the
big
air.
warehouses all over it. You can
Yeah.
go
Makes
in,
it
but some
intense
of
when
them
you're being chased.
Yeah.
by 4 fucking
Really-
zombie cars.
Really pisses you off when you're planning to go straight. You go flying up into the air.
Although it can be, I
Looking
mean,
for
if
you, I
realize,
got stuck on the pole anyway. I had to T-bone the pole, and it just stops you. So there's no catching.
well, I mean,
There's no catching.
real life, you see that. I mean, the pole falls over, but it really does stop people.
Yeah, usually if it's a modern pole,
yeah.
as opposed to your old timey poles.
Not a ton of gaming.
No.
Yeah, those are pretty much the only 2 games I've been playing the last time. I was with you guys online.
Yeah.
A little bit of Pirates here and there.
Yeah.
I've been shopping for levers and a seat cover for one of the bikes. I'm looking at
Seat cover?
they make custom seat covers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you get like fancy diamond stitching and
Yeah.
neat pretty colors.
You gonna get a bedazzled seat?
I'm gonna get it bejeweled.
Oh.
See, bedazzles for chumps.
Okay.
Scott,
Oh.
we're going
All
straight
right.
bejeweled here.
Get a dragon or
just
some
a
skulls.
glitter coated.
Yeah,
Just start there that's a good
pretty pink
healthy
unicorns.
You could go skin some poor
Go
guy's
match
jeans.
the black tank. Yeah,
base. Hell yeah, I want those levers to look like unicorn horns too. Just squeeze them.
I got breakaway levers coming. They fold up if for
Oh,
any
if, like, the
reason.
bike
Oh,
falls.
yeah.
If the
If
bike
the
gets
bike goes-
dropped, the lever won't get bent. It'll just
Very nice.
pop up. Yeah.
Right
Nice.
on. Shopping for those, or you bought some?
Levers I ordered. They're on the way. Direct from China.
Ooh. There's a
So it
tariff
could
on
be a
those.
good.
So you might be
Coming-
waiting
well,
on
no,
that.
that,
It could-
that's
could
been
be
a few
3
weeks
months.
already. They're coming. I think they're supposed to be here between like the 10th and the 14th of March or some shit. They're
In time.
route,
In time.
Tony.
Yeah. They're always en route
way.
from China.
Yeah.
And everything is on the boat. You just gotta pick what you want.
Checks
when
in
it
the
gets
mail from China.
Yeah, I got a little time with the Apex Legends. That was
Yeah.
pretty fun. I will agree, it is kind of annoying to not have like a set weapon
Yeah, the
bank. Like
loadout.
it'd be nice to have like a pistol to start off with, something.
Yeah,
It's kind of
maybe
annoying to
just
get in that
10
fist
shots,
fight.
Yeah, would give you something.
Yeah, and I mean, some of it is you got to figure out where to drop into.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, you got to figure that out. There's a pretty stiff learning curve because I didn't play too much of like PUBG or Fortnite, but I played a good amount of like Overwatch
Oh, yeah.
and
That's the-
Paladin.
Battle Royale
Yeah.
Yeah.
type. Yeah.
Yeah. And like I get the whole battle royale thing like for Overwatch if it was, you know, if they had that game mode, but like you've got the preset weapons, you've got everything is there, you don't have to go find it. That's kind of a fucking pain in the ass to have
Yeah.
to go find everything. Half the shit you don't even use most of
Right.
the time, and I've found
Yeah.
myself walking for quite a while
Yeah.
without finding
all
any
I need
weapon.
is just I just want an assault rifle with a clip. you
Yeah.
know, with like 10, 20 shots. That's
Something.
after that.
Right.
Then we'll start worrying about equipment or something.
Yeah. But it's fun. It is definitely a good game. I think it's got, what, like 2.5 million
Yeah.
players
I
already
like the way it
playing?
handles. Like it feels crisp. It feels sharp. It feels very reminiscent of. Well, it's like it was. I guess it was going to be Titanfall
3 or something.
or whatever. Like it's
really?
got.
Well, it's the
got-
same people that made
Yeah, it's got
Titanfall.
COD
Yeah.
roots, and you can tell
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, the game mechanics are really good. I like the characters. Pretty interesting in it.
Okay.
It's definitely, you definitely got to play well, or you play way better when you're mic'd up.
Oh, really?
Trying, like, the first few games, I didn't have a mic. I wasn't like
Yeah.
talking to people, but it was like, yeah, this is so much easier when you can actually talk to the people. Like, they
Sure.
give you the option to, like, you know, ping stuff. But
Yeah,
half the time
yeah.
I miss that anyways, and it just tells me, hey, we should go over here. No, I'm trying to tell people there's a weapon over here, come and get it. And it's like, oh no, we should come over here. Like, okay, it kind of works, but not what I wanted to.
Yeah.
So, and just following around.
Doesn't it let you mark weapons and ammo and health and stuff?
Yeah, but like you got to be exactly on it, you know.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes
Yeah.
to find nuances when you're playing a game, it's like
Yeah.
it's in that general area. Just
Gotcha.
go look.
Go look.
people.
The player count was 2.5 million after the first day.
What's
A
it now?
week afterwards, there's over 25 million
Oh, wow.
players.
Boom, and
Damn.
it's a free game.
Yeah.
So
Oh, well,
That just
it's going to be
adds
the
to
same. It's going to be
It's the new hot
monetized.
thing, and the next free battle royale tournament style game to drop is going to
Yeah.
do the same thing.
It's going to be
Yeah,
well.
like
I mean,
wildfire.
it's going to monetize similar probably to Fortnite, where it's buying like characters that just all cosmetic stuff. So,
yeah. So far, all I've seen with it is it's all cosmetic stuff that you get in like
they're not gonna those types of games. They're not going to. I mean, they wouldn't. They shouldn't do where like you start off with a pistol or something and nobody else does unless you pay $8 or something.
Pay to have a gun when you
that kind of stuff. That it would turn people off real fast. I mean,
I think the only thing you can purchase now is like 2 of the characters, but if you play it a little while, you get enough
points or whatever
to like unlock them. So it's not like an
if you want them unlocked now,
thing. Yeah. But no, I did see like speaking of like the new battle royale I did see a commercial for the H1Z1. Is it H1Z1? H1N1?
I don't know what that is.
It's it's like the zombie.
Flu?
No, not the bird flu.
That's
it's
H1N1.
popping in my head.
The H1Z1 is the
It's
kind of
like it is kind of like a battle royale game already, but they're releasing their version of their PUBG battle royale.
They all are. I mean, it's a way to try to get people.
Yeah.
I mean, that one's been out for quite a while too.
2 years.
So
I remember hearing about it for a while, but never got a chance to play it. But I mean, you're stuck in the zombie apocalypse. To me, that kind of sounded like the beginning of PUBG. They got a lot of the ideas from it, but who knows?
Probably.
Who knows? I played some Modern Warfare 3. Special Ops. Modern Warfare 3. They did the re-release, the redo, or was it just back? It's just backwards compatible. I don't think they remastered it.
Oh yeah,
number 2 they remastered, and that was fuck off.
1 and 2 they remastered. I know
3's the best. It really is. But the Spec Ops is fun. I was just playing that with Jessica, and like it dropped us back down. Our missions and everything back down to like 0.
Oh yeah,
to like nothing.
You have to go clear all the two-player missions.
We got to go through it all again, and she was probably about 10 levels ahead of me. And we popped in and we were playing like search and hack. You play the video cameras with the machine guns. We played it for maybe half an hour, and I think I got about 20 levels.
Nice.
And that one. So if you need to re-up, if you put that in, go to that one. You kill about 60 people per round. So even if you lose, you're gaining like a level each time.
Nice.
So it's pretty sweet. What about you, Randy?
Right on.
What have you been playing?
Not a lot of World of Warcraft. That's about it. Little Apex Legends. Just check it out. Just wanted to see what that was all about.
How did you like it?
I liked it. I thought it was cool. There's some good ideas in there. Like the whole so like the real turn off for like those type of games for me anyway is like once you die you're just dead.
Sure.
Yeah,
and then you're like
it could be 40 minutes to the end of the
you're just waiting, especially with something like PUBG where it's just like, well, and sometimes it just happens like, well, just got sniped right as I landed.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, that's the end of the round. You didn't even have a chance to defend yourself.
Yeah.
And you're dead.
Well, you see that a lot in like if you watch videos of PUBG, especially, you see that a lot.
Just people
dying super early, and you're just stuck.
Yeah, but then you just have to sit there. So like, that's something I like that they did in this that those games aren't doing is that you're not just dead. Like you can be revived by a teammate, a la like Left 4 Dead style.
Yeah.
Or if you do die, or like more than 2 people, or like, 'cause I think it's like 3 people on a squad.
Yeah.
So like you can have 2 people dead. If one person makes it to that distress beacon or whatever, it can res the whole team, and you're back in the game again. So it's not like there's multiple tiers of like opportunity for you to come back. You're not just dead. So those games are a little bit more engaging with the player, and I think that's a lot more fun than just I got shot in the head from fucking a couple football fields down. Now I'm dead and I'm out of the game. So So I like that they did that. And then it's got that old COD Respawn Titanfall movement, like the maneuver, like movement and gunplay, like it feels the same.
Yeah.
And I've always liked that about Titanfall. Like I've always really liked that a lot. And I always thought like, Titanfall multiplayer as like a battle royale would be cool as hell. But I was thinking in terms of like, okay, we've got robots and shit. That complicates things a little bit. So like removing that from the equation and just saying, here's what you asked for, Randy. We just fucking took the robots out is good for me. So I was like, all right, yeah. This is what I wanted anyway. You guys are right. By adding those extra features and taking the robots out. And, I don't know. It seems a lot more fun. And, like I just like the opportunities of like when you die, being able to like come back and help out later on, and not just being cut out of the game.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like it. I wish you could wall run like you could in Titanfall. Like that's one thing I wish you could do. That would be
Can't
dope
run,
as
but
hell.
you can wall climb.
Yeah, I'm
Maybe,
talking about like running
like
and
actually
jumping.
run.
Yeah, like
Prince and
Titanfall
Persia
had
the
some
shit out of it.
Yeah, Titanfall had some cool ass like physics shit going on in it. I don't know if you guys remember, but like there was
A
some
little bit
cool-
like extreme parkour.
Yeah,
massive-
it was like like a lot of people didn't play Titanfall, but like, dude, there was some good shit in that game. I was like, this is pretty damn fun to play. Like, it was really satisfying, and especially like in Titanfall 2, there were like levels in the campaign that were like basically set up for you to sort of traverse that.
Sure.
With like a sort of a jumping, sort of maneuvering, like climbing, like not just shooting shit. You know what I mean? It was a little bit of like what is that game where it's basically just parkour? Mirror's Edge.
Mirror's Edge,
It
yeah.
was all like there was some parts of Mirror's Edge and COD together in that game that
Super
were like
Meat
pulled
Boy.
off super well. That like I didn't hear anybody talking about, but like I really thought that was cool as hell. So I wish there was a little bit more of that in Apex Legends, but at the same time, like I guess Overwatch has aspects of that, like with like Lucio, how you can just kind of like skate on the walls and like get away from people and shit. Like that's
Yeah.
what you'd be
Yeah.
dealing with.
Yeah.
So I like the idea of someone having to deal with me doing that. I don't like the idea of having to deal with someone else doing that to me. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah.
So it's especially if they're good at it, that's really fucking annoying. You know what I mean? So but still, I wish there was like one class that could maybe do that, just to sort of switch things up a little bit. I think it'd be cool, but yeah, I don't know. That game does some good things. Like it does some cool shit really right, and then it doesn't really do anything wrong. Really, I don't think. I mean, yeah, the thing with the weapons and stuff you're talking about. In a perfect world, we'd all land with a gun. Part of the game is getting the weapons, though. That's
Yeah.
the whole part of it is being fearful for your safety at first, and motivating yourself to get a weapon.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's part of the whole
Not just hide in a corner.
game,
Yeah.
So in a perfect world, yeah, we would all land with a rifle and a clip, and that's all you get.
Full
but-
health, full ammo.
Yeah, but
full
then
res
again,
packs.
doing that puts everyone at a disadvantage, because if I land next to you and you land next to me, we might be taken. Although we wouldn't be taken completely out of the game, we could end up in a firefight right away and like not even have a chance to get other weapons or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where it's always like it's always a double-edged sword, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, I don't know about that. And then like World of Warcraft, we killed Jaina Proudmoore.
Yeah.
She's a big bitch.
Well, we didn't kill her, but we
we killed-
defeated the fight.
On
We defeated
on
the
hard or
encounter.
mythic or heroic or
Just
whatever?
normal so
Legendary?
far.
This is the new tier raid.
Okay.
So
yeah.
we just cleared it, and we've already cleared half the heroic. I think. Almost half?
Yeah.
4 of 9, I think.
4 of 9,
4
so
or 5 of 9. I can't remember.
basically half.
Big moves.
Yeah.
Big moves. Very nice.
So
Yeah.
that was fun. Made a little movie. It's on YouTube.
Yep.
Is it?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to check that out later.
Pretty neat.
That is a pain in the ass fight, by the way, the
Is it?
Jaina fight. Yeah.
Okay.
So it starts off, you're on a boat, if you haven't played. So you're on a boat and you're
Wait, you're where?
You're on a boat.
Okay.
I'm on a boat.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yes, Lonely Island singing in the background.
Okay. Okay.
And you're fighting her, and then like she freezes the water. You're out on like open seas, so she freezes the water. You have to go chase her down and find her and then there's like a blizzard going on, so you have to stop her from doing that for too long, and then you have to start fighting her some more, and like you're getting stacks of like frost damage on you, and like if you get too many stacks, you get frozen into an ice block and have to get knocked out. And so it's just like this stupid like shit, and like
Freezing.
yeah, and it's. If people
like-
aren't paying attention,
it's literally like fighting Elsa from Frozen.
Yes.
as like a boss.
Think of-
if like
yes.
Elsa was like a boss.
that's a good way to put it.
That's exactly what this shit is.
You
is
can
like.
do a lot of damage in a fight.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that's what we did. Kind of neat. That's about all I've been up to. I was in Boston, so I just got back last week,
That's
Yeah.
right. How was
just for a few days.
How was Boston?
It was cold, and
Well, it's been cold here too.
it's cold
so.
here, so it was like the same. I don't know. There was more snow there, but like not by a lot. You know. I don't know. It was all right. It was cool.
It's like I really wish we'd have just gone to San Diego again.
Yeah, that would have been a lot easier.
I wouldn't turn that down right about this time of year. Yeah.
Shout out to Alaska Airlines for delaying me on the way there and on the way back.
Oh, good looking out. Good looking out.
Super fun there. Thanks for that, Alaska Airlines. Never a dull moment when I travel with you, it seems like. Just throwing that out there.
Did you get at least a free packet of peanuts for a delay?
Also, thanks for sitting me next to the fucking bathroom on the way back, which is almost 8 hours.
Ooh.
I'm like just sitting right there. Just someone drops a deuce. There's no escape.
Hey.
There's no escape.
Yep.
Nope.
You just have to sit in it. Just sit there.
bathe
Might as
in
well
it.
be in the fucking bathroom with the people. Really.
You like that gentleman
You
had
should
curry.
just like sat in there and use it as your own little office. She's like, no, I can't. Trust me, you don't want me to leave, stewardess.
So that was fun. I just hate flying in
Air
general.
travel.
Yeah.
I don't like, I hate long distances to begin with, but like airplanes are just terrible. Like, I mean, it's good that you can fly, right? Like we have this miraculous ability to fucking get in this thing and fly. That's good. Can't we just make that better? You know what I mean?
I don't mind. Like flying doesn't bother
We-
me, but where it gets you is the people. You have to be subjected very close
To
in
morons.
proximity to the public, and the
Yeah.
public are fucking just
Stupid.
assholes. And,
Smelly,
it's
dirty,
difficult not to
stupid
start.
assholes.
Anyway,
Oh,
so
yeah.
that was fun.
The people you meet on airlines.
That's
Stupid,
it for
dumb
that's,
assholes.
that's it for me. That's all I'm reporting for now. I think that's enough.
You gonna hold out, put this on paper.
They
Whoa.
Into the Spider-Verse is available for now for
That's
digital.
right.
All right. Has everybody seen that?
I have not.
Twice.
You haven't seen it? Oh man.
Yeah.
Twice now.
I'll say Spider-Man: Homecoming was really good. It was
Yeah.
a really good Spider-Man movie.
That was a good one. I own that too.
This one is a sweet, sweet twist, and it's awesome.
Cool.
Into the Spider-Verse it's awesome.
It is the best comic movie
Yes.
I've ever seen. Like, it even looks like you're reading a comic book in an animated fashion.
It does, yeah. The way it moves around, like it
Yeah.
blurs certain things in the foregrounds obscurely once in a while, and you're like, yeah, totally.
Kind of forced to
That's not
focus
important.
in on something close
Yeah,
and stuff.
yeah.
Okay. No, I haven't seen that one. Surprised.
Yeah,
I
I'm
didn't go to
surprised
see
you
that.
guys didn't go
And of
see
course
that.
there's
Oh,
a
she went to
cameo.
see it. I
Oh,
just
okay.
never got a chance to go see
There's a
it.
cameo in the movie, just so you know.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, are you in
Yeah.
it?
Well, I'm in
He
part
is.
of it, but the most important cameo isn't me. So,
Oh, okay.
it's the guy that's in all the Marvel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know
The
what I'm
Watcher.
talking about.
Yes, the Watcher.
Yes, the Watcher.
So,
Technically, no. Right on. Yeah.
good.
Anybody heard the news about Captain Marvel movie?
Which
I don't know if you've heard of this.
news?
Like,
I
so
know
apparently,
doesn't it come out
Rotten.
here in,
It comes out
the 13th of March or something?
yeah,
next
a couple-
Friday.
next
The 8th.
8th.
Okay.
Apparently, Rotten Tomatoes used to have the option where people could go before the movie was released and put in their comments about it.
Yeah.
And apparently, some trolls got on there and
Oh.
knocked like the anticipation for just totally trashed it.
Yeah.
Totally threw in the whole it's a woman thing.
bomb,
Like
yeah.
how dare you be a woman and be in a movie type of thing.
They
were-
review
They were
really
doing with all the movies that come out
can't
like
have female
Ghostbusters.
actors?
Yeah.
But they did that with Black Panther.
That goes against conservative
yeah.
values.
They did it with Wonder Woman. I know was a big one that they did it
Wonder
too.
Woman, like Ghostbusters was
Really?
one of them. Like
Yeah.
it was just
Wonder
the
Woman
internet
was
trolls.
good. Wonder Woman was about the best
Yeah.
DC movie I've seen.
Yeah.
in
Ever.
a long,
Maybe.
long,
Yeah.
yeah.
not ever. Batman
Yeah.
was pretty good, but yeah.
Since probably the last good Batman movie, just a while ago. But
But that's,
Batman-
people
Batman
do that all the
Returns.
time though. They do it with movies. They do it with video games on like Steam and shit.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
This is
yeah.
a problem that exists on the internet. It's
But I do know what
Yeah.
you're talking about.
Yeah,
So-
like people, the movie hasn't even been released.
No one's
and
even
people
yeah.
are already giving it bad reviews,
Giving
and
it 0
Rotten Tomatoes
stars.
actually had to go on there and be like, okay, we're gonna have to stop this from people giving out reviews to a movie that hasn't been
Hasn't
seen
even come
by
out yet.
anybody.
Yeah.
That makes me want to go see it more.
It kind of does. Like it looks good. It looks fine. Like
Yeah.
I step in the movie.
I
I don't know much about her.
I know nothing about that character.
Yeah.
I think it
Captain
looks
Marvel.
amazing.
I've heard this and that. I never read the comic books.
Yeah.
I was never like a huge avid comic book reader. Okay, like a very, very what do you call it? Lax comic book, reader. Captain Marvel was a character I didn't know much about.
Yeah.
But the movie looks, and from what I understand about her powers or whatever, like it
She's a
sounds
badass,
awesome.
Yeah.
I
apparently.
want
Yeah.
to see what this girl can do.
Yeah. And I think this is one like, and again, I'm kind of in the same boat. Like I know a little bit about the character, but I don't know how much. It started out as a guy, and even in the comics, like the powers or whatever got transferred over to her at some point in time. So like, it's not like this is anything new. It's not like Marvel like went in and was like, "Hey, Captain America, you're a woman now." No, this is something that like has been canon forever. Like
she wasn't even Captain Marvel originally. She was Miss Marvel.
Yeah,
so,
right. Yeah,
and then
so
they didn't make her Captain Marvel until pretty relatively recent.
Yeah,
like late '90s, early 2000s. I want to say.
And then she turned into Missy Misdemeanor Elliott.
Oh,
that's where she disappeared.
Get your freak on.
So Miss Marvel to Missy Misdemeanor Elliott. That's how that all went.
Okay,
that's
the
canon.
And now she's back. Is that why Ric Flair? Is that why Nick Fury has? Her
Boy, we're really
pager?
marrying together a couple of universes here, aren't we? Really?
yes, Ric Flair had her pager.
Ric Flair had Missy Misdemeanor Elliott's pager.
Yes.
Didn't you see it in the movie?
That's the rumor going around.
No, because it's not out yet. I wrote
Yeah.
a review about it, but I haven't watched it.
At the end of Infinity War, that's where he's got the pager.
In this current day and age, like I don't really. You're tripping on a female character or a female hero.
a female lead. Yeah,
Fuck you. I want a good. I want to be entertained. I
Yeah.
want a good story.
Yeah.
I don't care.
well, and that's the part that gets me. Like these people are trolling Black Panther because it features a predominantly African cast or black cast, and it's like, how should that?
It's supposed to be a black guy.
I know.
Yeah.
First of all, yes, the guy is from a made up
Yes, an African
country
nation.
in Africa.
Like,
Yeah.
what the hell?
I mean,
They are in Africa.
yeah. So for that, I mean, like, really, people, you're that fucking prejudiced and stupid that you can't figure out that maybe
You said it, Tony.
grow a little bit, become a better person, try.
They're
I don't know.
They're not interested in that.
Just don't go see the movie.
They're too busy
Yeah.
writing
Why you just-
reviews on Rotten
just keep writing
Tomatoes.
reviews
Before the
Bury your
movie's
nose back
even
in that
released.
Keyboard, jackass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wouldn't worry. Missy Misdemeanor Elliott will take care of it. Don't worry about it.
So you were
regulate.
mentioning Rotten Tomatoes is making changes. Is that right?
They change. Yeah, they're changing their online.
You can't leave
you
a review before the movie's been released.
Yeah,
or
like the
whatever.
movie has to be released because it still doesn't come out for weeks, and like it's like one of those like ratings where it's like Rotten Tomatoes is like, oh yeah, it's getting like high reviews, and then if people go on there and shit talk it, it brings
Yeah.
it down, and they're like, no, dude, the movie's
Yeah.
not even out yet. Like, go fuck
Yeah.
yourself. So they are addressing internet trolls as best they can.
That's good. I mean, that's something it's obviously it's been a while because they had to purge a bunch of stuff for Black Panther, for Wonder Woman, because of the same issue, people going in and trolling it. And like there are DC fans who will go and try and troll the Marvel movies because I think they're mad that DC movies kind of suck.
All the DC IP that's been
Yeah.
produced in real life is not that great.
No.
I'll say it again. DC makes good TV shows. They don't make good movies.
They also make good like animated movies.
They do. Yeah, they do.
Their animated
they do-
movies are way better, in my opinion.
Did you guys watch that Killing Joke? I think it's on Netflix. The
Joke
I haven't
animated,
yet.
The Killing
No.
Joke. Yeah, the Batman and the Joker. That's pretty good.
Those are
It's cool.
That was
I
a
don't think so.
I
That
like
was
a good
a-
animated Batman movie.
Yeah.
that was a
graphic novel. I think.
big storyline, and
Yeah.
what was it? The late '90s, early 2000s, I think.
I think
the Killing
so,
Joke.
yeah.
But that was like a big one, and that was written by. I'm trying to remember who wrote that because it was pretty famous. Comic book author.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Right on.
I have trouble. There's so many authors. I don't.
That's true.
I
Yeah.
have a hard time remembering people's names.
Well, and the
But it was
weird
a
thing
good-
too, like, go ahead.
I hardly remember
It's a
you
good one.
assholes' names.
I was gonna say some of the
fuck
really
are you?
popular.
Who the fuck are you assholes?
Some of the really popular like storylines and stuff kind of in the last probably 15 years or so have been written by like Kevin Smith and shit. Like you don't think of
He's
Yeah.
done- he's
but
done
it's like
quite a few,
shit,
yeah.
like he did all these like really like well done like
Story arcs and
stuff
Yeah.
that and people are like, wait,
It was from 1988. It was a graphic
that's right.
novel. It was written
shit.
by Alan Moore.
Way off.
Alan Moore. Okay.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
Damn, that's way older than I thought.
Yeah.
That is it's a lot older than I thought too.
No, yeah, we watched. I did what. Speaking of like the animation, there's one of Gotham by Gaslight. It's like old Victorian Batman. It's pretty interesting. He kind of looks
really?
like steampunky,
Yeah.
like a light steampunk.
Almost like
It's
the
pretty good. The twist at the end is like,
Okay.
holy shit!
Nice.
So if you get a chance to see that one, watch
it-
that one
is it-
too. It's on stuff.
I had
think
I
we
had
had
a
to-
graphic
I think we
novel
had to rent it.
when I was really young. That was it was like Batman, and he was tracking down Jack the Ripper.
That's probably it. It's kind of loosely based, sort of, on
Yeah,
that idea
okay.
of Jack the Ripper.
That was really good.
Yeah.
It was crazy. Yeah,
yeah,
It was
the
like
ending. The ending. And I'm one of those guys. I'll sit there the whole time and I'll try to figure out the ending the whole way through. And it
Yeah.
was one of those that was like,
that's what you
Took
do.
you for a good
That's what
twist.
you do as a
Holy
fucking,
shit. Holy
That
reader.
is
fuck.
the same
Like,
thing, yes.
yeah.
That's what he's doing in that.
So that is the animated
That's cool.
animated
Now
movie
I want
version
to
of
watch
that.
it even more.
Look for it. It's
Yeah.
out there. It's good. Like speaking of like animation, like Netflix. Have you guys ever watched Sword Art Online?
Yes.
Watched
I'm
what?
familiar with Sword Art Online.
Sword Art Online.
I
I
haven't.
don't think I made it. To the
familiar
end of
with the
season
game.
2,
The video game.
but the first season was really neat. I liked it.
Yeah. They made a to catch you up here, Tony. It's basically like semi-future. People have found like a virtual reality world where they actually like go into like they lay on a bed, they
Yeah,
put
they're
it
in,
on,
an
like they go
MMO,
into like sword fighting,
like an RPG.
Yeah.
It's like
Okay.
you're like
Wow,
ninjas
basically.
and swords, whatever.
Yeah.
So-
but like they get stuck. The first group of people get stuck in there.
Okay.
They can't get out, and it turns out like if you die in the game, you die in real life.
So
So
some villain has programmed a virus, and
Yeah.
everybody's trapped in there. And if they die in the game, your VR set kills you.
Okay.
Yeah.
and like some people are like, oh, we want to live, so they stay alive, and other people are like, nah, fuck it. Like we're gonna do exactly what we came here to do. Like
Go
beat-
an adventure.
beat the game, and go for it.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
there's like it's almost like Ready Player One.
yeah.
I was-
In that there's like puzzles and clues you can find
Yeah.
a way to unlock the game, and you save
Yeah.
everybody. So there's yeah.
it's a little
So you can
reminiscent
di-
of that.
yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Destroy the virus or whatever and,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
save
Yes.
everybody type idea.
Yeah. So
Okay.
it's a 2 seasons. It's quite a big. I believe they're pretty big seasons. Definitely worth it
Okay.
if you're looking for something to watch. But they released what would be like a kind of sequel story adaptation to it.
Okay.
Which is called Gun Gal Online.
Oh,
I was telling you about this
saw
the other
that
day.
On the, it's on. Yeah,
Add that-
that popped up on the
Add
recommended.
that to your queue.
Okay.
It's kind of like it's like afterwards, after everybody gets out. Spoiler alert: people get out of the video game and like
Yeah.
they're
Not
dead.
everyone.
And like some people died.
Yeah. Kind of
like-
figured that was the case.
There's a few people that didn't make it, but they get out and like people like kind of go away from that video game system, and then it comes back. And like people are starting to do it. It's safe. People are going into all
Yeah.
sorts of different worlds. And this one girl joins it's basically like Call of Duty and Halo type of game, like a first person shooter game. But she, instead of being like the big army guy like everybody else, is like a 4-foot little pink girl running
Yeah.
around, and she's just killing the fuck out of people. Like she's winning the game. And it's just a little storyline of her and like
Okay.
a couple other people. It's really entertaining. It's really
Sure.
It's really good. Watch it. It's very short. It's only like maybe 13 episodes.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, start with Sword Art Online, then go to Gun Gal Online. You know, for people that aren't necessarily into the RPGs, more into the first-person shooters,
Okay.
give it a try.
Sure. All right.
You watched anything
It's a
interesting?
fun anime.
Watch it. Watch it.
Well, last week tonight started back up. A couple weeks
that's
ago.
right. Yeah, I, don't,
So
I haven't seen the.
been-
I haven't watched it yet.
oh no, yeah,
Yeah.
that's. I won't tell you what they're about, just because let you kind of discover on your own.
You know.
Yeah.
You kind of
Well,
like
I
John,
mean-
as John Oliver. You
Yeah.
know, it's
So
about relevant happenings. and
yes,
current
in the
events
world, yes.
type of things.
Yeah, so stuff
Things
going
that
on in the
happened-
world,
things that happened
things
last
and
week.
stuff. Yeah,
Things that happened last week.
yeah.
Yeah. All week. Yeah.
That been just was rewatched the last season of Game of Thrones. Just kind of refresh that one because it's been almost 2 years now, or a year and a half, something
Yeah,
like that.
I can't believe it's been that long.
It's been a while
Since the last season?
since last season. Yeah,
2 years?
Been a while.
almost. Yeah, like
shit.
a year and a half because I think it ended in like the fall of 17 or something like that.
They're working on a like HBO is working on a prequel.
Yes, it's actually been greenlit, and actually that leads into kind of something else as well that
What do we
they're
know
doing a
about that?
prequel on. So that, from
you
what
don't
I've
mind me asking.
seen, it takes place during the Long Night, is what it sounds like. So about 8,000 years before the events of Game of Thrones, the Long Night, when the White Walkers first showed up.
Yeah.
So that looks like what they're it's going to be about. But they've got a number of names. Like apparently they're well known. Some of them are well known actors and stuff like that. Actresses.
Oh, I'm sure.
Okay. I haven't really looked through like who it is, but I have seen stuff about that. Okay. But there's also another prequel that HBO's doing for a different show, for The Sopranos. They're doing a prequel movie.
Really?
Yeah, and actually it was just announced, I think, today. Ray Liotta is joining the cast.
Oh.
Yeah. So.
Oh,
That's
boy.
a good get.
Okay. Yeah. He's getting up there.
Yeah,
He's
no,
getting up there.
he definitely is much different than his Goodfella days. Look at, much older looking.
Yeah. Do you think he's going to be smoking?
No. He's not, Ben.
Is he going to have Chantix? I guess in commercial work, I know what it's called. Yeah.
If it's a prequel, no, because Chantix wouldn't have been out yet.
Yeah. But it's like,
Fuck you right there.
Right on.
Oh, I just saw it like before we started. It's like something like the Angels in Newark or something like that.
Oh, okay.
It's
kind of neat.
Oh, the show.
You know what I'm-
The show, yeah.
Okay.
I can't remember if it's a show or a movie. I think it might be a movie actually.
What I'm really excited for is the Mandalorian. Like apparently, I thought I saw a blurb somewhere that they had like wrapped shooting the first season
Yeah, that's right.
of the Mandalorian. It's I don't know how many or how much of. I don't know if it's all episodes or what. I know Jon Favreau is writing and directing, and I know the guy. What's his name?
Mickey Rooney.
Man, no, it's not Mickey Rooney. He's in the Kingsman 2. He's the American counterpart.
Channing Tatum.
Not next to Channing Tatum.
I know who you're
Not
talking about.
him.
He's the guy that played the Viper. We had this
Yes, he was the
conversation
Viper.
before,
D-
and I
we
don't
did.
remember if it was
We
even
did. Was it
on.
when we recorded? Did we
I don't
record
remember.
that?
I think we might have.
So he's the Mandalorian, and I the name is
Steve Buscemi.
that's incorrect.
I'm just guessing.
That's not what his name is. Anyway,
Pedro Pascal.
Pedro Pascal. That's his name. We don't know if he's Boba Fett per se or Jango Fett, but he's the main character, and they're
or he could be
I believe
a
I wanna say
Mandalorian
they
before them.
greenlit season 2.
Of that
Already.
show.
Is that set for the Disney Plus thing? Is that what it's going to be
That's
for?
what we assume.
Okay.
I haven't seen anything that said it's going to be streaming on anything other than the new Disney platform.
Okay.
So I don't. We don't know what it's called. It hasn't been launched yet. I haven't tried to figure it out.
So one show that I know that they've greenlit for that as well is a Loki show.
They actually greenlit it.
Apparently, yeah. So
I read
Heard about
something
it,
that they were
greenlit,
working
but-
on a Loki series as well.
and there are people like they don't know quite yet. I know Tom Hiddleston has some involvement with it.
Okay.
But
It's got to be. Well, I don't know. Maybe that's just me.
people are-
I
people
think
are-
He's a great Loki. It's silly to not use him.
Yeah. Well, it might, and what people are thinking is it might be like when he was a kid or
Oh yeah.
post
young Frost.
Infinity War if he if he officially dies. Well, in the comics, I think he's reborn a couple different times in the comics or something like that. That's kind of stuff I was reading about it.
Some timeline.
Yeah, you know how the comics
time
are. They
talking.
so there
there's
might be him being a
discrepancies
kid.
to
him being a kid more than
rectify in the
anything.
movie timeline.
Yeah. So it might be him.
Like the
him
adventures
as
of
a,
young Loki. Like Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
It's just a snake.
I think the dog in the big giant wolf in Ragnarok is supposed to be a child of Loki. And the horse that Odin rides with like 6 legs, and in the murals, Odin's on a giant horse with like extra legs. I can't remember the name. That is a child of Loki. And
Well,
like, you know what I mean? Like,
so if you're talking Norse mythology, yes, I think you're right on some of that. But in there, they switch stuff around. Obviously, in the comics, they don't follow all the Norse mythology 100%.
yeah, I'm willing to give you that. Okay.
The Swordsman 3, most of those, like I think 2 of them or 1 of them isn't even an actual Norse god. Like
I'd
there's
probably
no
say the Asian guy
Well-
in the comics and movies is probably not a Norse god.
probably not.
Asian
but I mean
North-
the actual
North
character.
North Asian, they yeah.
But the character didn't even exist as a.
They're from
like
North
as a-
Korea.
North Korea.
I'll be here all night.
Hey,
Go on, Tony. Go on. Sorry.
right on.
But yeah, so like they draw, like influence from that, but they definitely do whatever they want with it.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
Well, we draw influence from that.
yeah.
Thursdays are named. Come on, man. Really? You're gonna tell me? Yeah.
Yeah, no. What
I
are
know.
Thursdays named after?
Thor.
Are they?
It's Thor's day.
Oh,
That's legit. That's real. That's the thing.
So what's Smarch named after?
I've never heard of Smarch.
You never heard of Smarch before? No Smarch.
No, yeah.
That'd be a good
A
one.
Loki series would be cool. I would totally watch it.
Yeah.
And then I think they've got, obviously, I'm sure they've got a few different Star Wars series in plan, not just The Mandalorian. I mean, you've
Remember
Well, didn't
Rogue
they like
One?
stop all? Yeah, a good one.
Yeah, he's the guy in there, right? Like that's the same guy, isn't it?
It was it was supposed to be a TV series. There was supposed to be a Rogue One TV series
Oh, was it?
about this Rogue Squadron. Excuse me,
Rogue Squadron.
Squadron,
Yeah.
not Rogue One. That's my little slip up.
Yeah, okay.
No, yeah, I hadn't heard anything
That's
after like Solo.
associated, right? Like it's
Like after Solo came out, and everybody's like, we're gonna hold off on producing things." Like
They
I
said
hadn't heard of
a lot of the
anything.
movies, I
Yeah.
think, but I mean, it's they own it. Like you have the Star Wars movies have done well, or excuse me, the Star Wars shows have done well for the most part. The cartoon, or like that the
Yeah, they're gonna have to
CGI
work really hard
animated,
to kill that franchise.
what is it, Clone Wars or whatever.
yeah,
Yeah, Clone Wars
did
was a
well.
big long series.
I liked the Clone Wars that was the actual cartoon one that they had, like the
Yeah.
little
Yeah.
short 5-10 minute ones. Those were really good.
the little hand drawn ones.
Yes,
those were done by the same production company did Dexter's Lab.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that.
Yeah.
But those ones
Those
were
were pretty
really good.
Yeah,
they were cool.
that was really short though.
Yeah,
I don't
they
think
were only like
did
five-
go through much.
They were only
didn't go through
30-second episodes or something like. They were real short. There's only
I think the first season they were like 5 minute, and I think the second season they were
Slowed
like
down
10
a
or
little.
15.
Okay.
But they made them longer. But yeah,
Star Wars, man, you can't really go wrong with Star Wars. Like you have to work. You actually like have to try to fuck up something with Star Wars to like get people
Episode
to not
1.
Like it. They tried and they succeeded.
I mean,
They did their
I don't know.
job,
I don't know
right?
anybody that likes that one.
it flew though. It was in theaters. It set.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I don't know what records it set, but there was people fucking lined up for it, man. You know.
Well,
yeah, I
yeah.
did too. I mean, it was the first Star Wars
That's how it
movie
happens.
in what 20 something years.
I mean, that was it.
Yeah.
right? It was just the
Yeah.
that was-
Everybody jumped in
Everybody
line.
was hungry.
Yeah.
How many years later?
Yeah. And now we're getting
A lot.
more
at least
Star
20,
Wars,
yeah.
and people are still bitching about it.
Well, yeah. Yeah, but I think if A New Hope had come out now, people would find a reason to bitch about it. People find a reason to bitch about a lot.
Oh yeah.
So-
There's probably too many women in the Star Wars universe.
Yeah, or too many humans, or not enough humans, too many aliens, or it's like too much of this, not enough of that.
Not how tall Bothans are. You know.
That's a good nasal laugh. That's a good nasal laugh there. Technically speaking.
Anyways,
That is accurate.
So hey, I got a stupid question for you guys.
All right.
Okay.
we got.
All right. Cereal wise,
Ooh, I like this already.
in a box of Lucky Charms,
Okay.
what are the Lucky Charms?
Oh, you got pink
Purple
stars.
diamonds? Yeah. Right?
No, the diamonds are blue.
Are they blue diamonds?
Purple horseshoes.
Purple horseshoes.
Pink stars, blue diamonds.
Is it the green
purple
clovers?
horseshoes, green clovers,
And rainbows.
pots of gold,
Rainbows
and
now.
rainbows. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
I think,
No, I was. Yeah. They've had if you did that was
You
not
don't
what
have
I was.
the answer?
That's not what I was asking.
Oh, okay.
I was letting you guys work through it because I wanted to hear what you came up with.
I'm sure.
I mean, like
I'm sure we missed a couple, but you mean
you were good. Oh no, they've changed a few of them over the
Yeah.
years. So
Yeah.
like they now have like
Well,
unicorns.
the gold and the rainbows, I think.
Yeah.
you
Very
can buy. You
interesting.
can now buy just bags of only marshmallows.
yeah.
On Amazon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
By the pound, I think.
So good.
Well, let me try to let me go back on this and get a little more specific if I can here. In the Lucky Charms cereal, there are the marshmallow pieces, and then there's like the oat cereal pieces.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, I am under the impression I always had the thought that Lucky Charms was specifically the marshmallows.
Okay.
What do you?
Like
Okay.
there's the cereal, There's all the cereal. I always thought when he was referring to the Lucky Charms was like not only just the cereal Lucky Charms, but like more specifically that the marshmallow flavor and then the pieces were technically the Lucky Charms.
Oh,
like those were the charms.
Like charms on a bracelet or something, right?
Like so when he's
a
referring
little-
to like this song would made me
Frosted
believe
Luckies. Yeah.
growing up that specifically the marshmallows in there were the Lucky Charms.
Okay.
Am I incorrect in this? What is your
I would
guys'
have.
take on
I would
this?
have the way they present it. I would agree with you because, like
I
Randy
agree.
said, I mean,
I
charms
guess
on a
so,
bracelet.
Okay.
Like a charm bracelet would.
Yeah.
I mean, a
Yeah.
lot of times those
They
are
have
the
to
kind
be
of
Lucky
shapes
Charms.
that
Yeah.
that people have on charm bracelets.
I had to look this up, and nobody wanted the oat cereal pieces until they covered it in marshmallow. Nobody wanted that shit until they had to cover it in marshmallow. So it was like, of course, those are the Lucky Charms. So, Jessica, in your face. It's the fucking marshmallow pieces. In your face.
Oh, was that
Was that an internal?
Did we just
That was
settle
a hot
bet?
topic. We were walking
right.
out of Target. I don't know what the hell
That's
we were
what we're
talking
here for,
about.
ladies and gentlemen. We solve problems. We fix
obviously
things.
talking about the important shit? That's what I'm getting.
You know, if
important
you've got
things in life.
those important life questions, Scott, where do they hit us up at?
You can reach us at namelessgamerspdx@gmail.com.
Yes.
We
take
do
all
have
manner of
Facebook.
cereal-related questions.
Name all cereal-related
queries.
questions
Yes.
and beer-related questions.
we really want your cereal
Speaking
related
of
questions.
beer and Lucky Charms, there is a brewery
Yes.
that is making a
I saw
Lucky
this.
Charms IPA.
Well, they have to call it legally. They have to call it breakfast Saturday morning. or
Saturday
something like
morning
that. It's
is
called
what it is
Saturday
the name
morning.
of it,
It's like cereal flavored beer.
Yeah.
This
Lucky
is a
Charms.
local?
No.
Oh,
And in fact,
I don't think so,
You
no.
can't
I was
even
gonna
order it online or anything like it.
just called
It's-
Voodoo
I can't
Donuts.
remember what state it's in. It's some
You guys-
brewery I wasn't familiar with, but it's like local to that area. They're only
Okay.
doing like a run of it, and then it's like a super exclusive.
They're
sort of
they're
thing.
looking to see if they get sued before they sell it nationally.
No.
probably.
No.
But yeah, it was on their Twitter and everything.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. And if
Very
you Google it, I'm sure you'll find news articles about it because I read one too. So
Yeah. Sure.
Well, I mean, if we
Saturday
can't get it
morning.
local, you've got a brewing kit, right? Let's go get some Lucky Charms and some yeast.
I do. My brew kit is
I think
in,
it's over at my
Tony's
place.
garage,
Yeah.
I think, right now.
I think
Isn't
it's
it?
still over there. Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know. You would have to look for their, recipe. I don't know how you're gonna get cereal
Unless you
in the
wanna-
beer and make it taste good.
Unless you
Maybe
unless
we
you're
need to call
experimental.
Backwoods.
yeah, I don't
Have-
know. any-
call our friends over there
Yeah,
and
call
see,
them, see,
how
hey,
would you do this.
How'd you do that? Yeah.
Anyway,
Maybe they use that instead of like malt or something.
I would almost be willing like Lucky Charms flavored beer. Maybe not, but like a
frosted flake, maybe
like a Raisin Bran
something easy.
might be good. I mean, there's already lots of
Wheat in
fruit
there.
and wheat and beers. So I mean, yeah.
Well, I mean, you could do like a
Cheerio
Cocoa Puff.
Honey Nut Cheerios Ale,
Cocoa Puff Stout.
patented,
Yeah.
registered.
That's what
you
I
heard
was-
it here first.
Yeah.
Name's
Yeah.
Gamers PDX.
Yeah, like a Cocoa Puff Stout, because they
Yeah.
have that chocolately kind of flavor to them
Like
anyway.
a hard Applejack
Cocoa
cider.
Cookie
There you
Cookie
go.
Crisp Stout. Ooh.
I mean, that's could be a thing.
Yeah.
I'm cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Fucking ale.
That's your AM fucking ale right there.
That's my breakfast beer.
You can put it on your cereal.
Follow your nose.
What are you drinking? Cereal. He ain't wrong.
This late at night?
Word.
I've had like 6-7 cereals. Fucking cereal wasted.
He ain't wrong. Anyway.
I got an interesting thing I want to mention to you guys. I
yeah.
What you got?
played a board game
Oh,
did you find-
last weekend. Yeah, last weekend. It was during Comic-Con.
Okay.
Not at Comic-Con. I actually went over to somebody else's, my buddy's house, and he was having a game night. And I was like, yeah, sure, I'll come out there. We played this Thanos Rising game.
Okay.
And it was really neat because you could be any of the Marvel
okay.
heroes, and each one had a slightly different attribute to what you were doing. And in between, like if the four of us were playing, I was the Black Panther. I think the guy next to me was Strange.
If I had to guess, I would
Yeah.
say you were the Black Panther.
Yeah,
Just by looking at you.
he was an unclaimed character I could play. Anyway, you're going around and you're fighting Thanos, and in between turns, Thanos gets to take a turn, and he's got his own little set of dice, and like somebody can play him, or it can just be you all can just roll or whatever. Like it was.
So between each person's turn,
In
Thanos,
between each
so he
fucking
gets
person,
he gets a
Thanos
lot
gets
more
a turn.
turns
He's
than you
going,
do.
He's going every other turn is Thanos, and
He is rising.
he's rolling like he had like 2 dice that were controlling him, and you had like battle dice. It was kind of like an RPG. You had battle dice for your fighting, and you're rolling. You're rolling tech or you're rolling certain powers for depending on what character you had.
Like your
and
magic
you're trying
power.
to fight certain villains. All of Thanos' little minions would pop up
Sure.
every now and then, or Thanos himself, and he would roll these infinity dice, just 2. It would pick like a stone and would pick like a quadrant of the. There's like a board game. It had 3 quadrants, so it was like a circle, and you're playing, and it was really fun. It was Thanos Rising. I believe it's available on Amazon. It's probably wherever you can find. It was a fairly elaborate board game. It's not going to be at like Target or something, but it was a blast.
And your local game
we
board
lost
game
like
shop.
3 times because Thanos he gets to go every turn.
Every
It's
turn.
hard, it's very difficult to stop him. Yeah,
You got
it
that
was-
gauntlet. You
it
can
was- it
fuck
was a
some
lot of
shit
fun.
up.
He killed you guys 3 times, 3 wipes. Did you guys get him?
We got him the 4th time. You can
You guys got him
you
down.
can
Good
if
Take some
5
time.
I believe if like 5 heroes die, you lose. When Thanos goes and he uses a stone, there's like a whole scale of stones that get tapped or hit every time a stone gets hit. If any particular Infinity Stone gets like 5 hits, then he acquires it and can use it. And so like certain characters,
I
Tony
see.
Stark or like I think Nebula, they're all in there. They can remove hits on stones to keep.
Oh, so they have
Thanos
abilities
from
to
getting them.
attract.
Yeah,
his,
yeah.
okay.
Like it's a a fight.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if he gets a stone, then he really starts wreaking havoc on you. And I think if you have to defeat 7 villains or 7 of his minions, which
His
is
little black-
difficult to do, to get to, that's a win for you. If he defeats like 4 or 5 of the characters that you know from any character from Marvel that's in part of the fight, then the game's over. You've lost. It's hard. Or there's several ways to win and lose.
We need to
but
get a board game like that.
I think you guys would
going.
like it. I think
Yeah.
it'd be cool.
And we could.
I'll have to look into it.
Let's take a look at it when we get done here.
We could even podcast that probably, but it doesn't have to be
Yeah,
Thanos
that
Rising. It could just be something
Oh, yeah,
similar
it
to
could be
that.
anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or it sounds kind of like D&D ish, sort of more turn based.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Sort of.
than
Yeah.
than that,
Seems a
so.
little like Hero Quest level. Like it's not like 100% D&D, but
I would give it that. Yeah,
Yeah.
It's fairly simple to follow and
Okay.
you
Okay.
Yeah, that
you don't
sounds
have to
pretty
create
easy.
a
Yeah.
character per se.
Yeah.
All your characters are
just
created.
pick one.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
just pick
yeah.
one and you start rolling dice. It's
You
it
pick
was-
a
it was
hero
cool.
class,
It was really
if you
cool.
will.
mm,
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, sounds good.
yeah. We'll have to take a look at that.
Word.
See what's going down. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So, Randy, you're talking about starting to play some D&D. Is that what you're talking about?
I said
Is that what you
a
were
game.
hinting at? Playing a board game?
no. I didn't. No, I said yeah. We could think about doing that. I don't know what game though. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just saying a game like that could be kind of cool.
Shit, we could play Cards Against Humanity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We could do that. We could play.
That is
any-
technically not a board game, though.
Oh.
Oh.
Mr.
That is
In
a
my
card game.
Burn. Yeah. I don't know. I'd always be down for playing some board games.
Yeah.
I also invented a game during our break, but I don't want to give away my proprietary information. So
You gotta patent and register that
I'll
shit.
keep
Yes.
that tight.
Oh. Nah. So what did you do this weekend, Tony? Did you go to the
This-
Comic-Con?
I did not. It's spendy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
it's a little expensive.
It's
Walk in
an
there,
adventure.
yeah.
I mean, a lot of the time, it doesn't seem like there's a lot of change from year to year anymore. So
No.
it's a lot of the same vendors, a lot of the same exhibitors, and
Yeah.
so it's like,
the Wild Bill's
Sodas.
old fashioned soda guy was there.
yes.
Oh, yeah, with
Yeah.
the cups, right? They
With
have
the
the
cups.
cups. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oops. All right.
Did you bring your?
This time I stepped up. I did not bring my old barrel that I bought from him, the cup that I got. I sprung for the double wall insulated motherfucking
The
cup.
Super cup?
Yeah,
Yeah. All right.
That
How much one of those run you? $20?
no.
Weren't they last year like $20?
$20
it's like-
$20 gets you
It's the cup and all the refills, right?
a barrel. Oh yeah, if
Yeah.
you buy the cup, you
Yeah.
get refills
Yeah.
all fucking weekend.
It's free. Yeah.
Yeah. The double wall cup is it's $32, gentlemen.
Oh, okay.
It's 32.
That's,
you probably could have looked online and found one.
Think of it like a nice stein or tumbler.
Okay.
Or you know what I mean, with a handle. It's got a handle riveted onto the damn thing.
Oh,
Yeah, they're cool.
nice.
They're fun.
nice. Okay. Have you been using it for other things then? Just sodas?
Yeah, I drink. I've got that. And I have a double wall that Bucky's tumbler I got from my pal Val. I drink a lot of iced tea.
Ah,
You guys have seen the jugs.
yeah.
Anyway, yeah.
I didn't know if you maybe just threw a beer in there and called it good or not.
Oh no, I have separate glasses for beers.
Okay.
Cold beers. Yeah.
All right, fair enough.
Everybody's got a shower beer mug and
Yeah. The shower beer mug is
A bath beer mug,
Yeah.
a pool beer mug.
Yeah. Your toilet mug.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You don't want those
Yeah,
things to
you know.
cross.
Your couched mug.
You guys, it sounds like you guys are all into the same thing.
Okay. Yeah.
We should hang out sometime.
You guys like beer? You guys like drinking beer in the shower? We should be friends. Alcoholism, bringing people together.
The cause of and solution to. Yep.
All life's little problems. Right on. So has anybody in this group got a chance to play Anthem?
No.
Negatory. Nope. Didn't buy it.
No.
No, Lucas, I believe he picked it up. I thought I saw him downloading it. I thought I saw like a load screen for it. And
Okay.
That's about it. But haven't actually taken a look at it yet.
No.
I was thinking about giving it about a month or two to kind of see.
Get some time. Let some people get some time into it.
Not just that, but kind of let the patching cycle kind of get it to where
they probably got
they
some
want
bugs
it.
to work out.
Apparently, yeah, the reviews aren't great. More that there's like it's kind of glitchy. Certain things aren't working quite the way that
It was
they
intended
want.
to.
Turns out
Certain-
you can't just jump and fly around like you could in that clip that they
Yeah.
released 5 years ago.
Yeah.
No.
Nah.
What do you?
Um,
No? I have not seen this.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know all of that, but it's more like, so like there's like attachments like for your gear and stuff to make your gear more powerful. I think they call them like inscriptions or something like that. Like they're
okay.
Just like Destiny.
Yeah.
Inscriptions.
yeah, pretty much, that are like kind of glitchy and stuff, and like you'll get one that doesn't work for your class because your class has no cold damage or something like that, and this item is only for a Colossus. The Colossus doesn't have cold damage, but it gives plus 3% to cold damage, and it's like, wait a minute.
Somebody fucked up.
Yes,
use this?
somebody fucked up on some of this stuff. That kind of just weird, goofy stuff like that. That's I think they're still in the process of ironing out.
Yeah.
So.
It's a pretty big game.
Yeah,
You got to
Yeah,
iron
figure it
out
out.
the wrinkles.
Oh,
you do.
you do. Yeah, I'm waiting on Crackdown 3 to come in the mail. There was a problem with my game subscription for GameFly. Apparently, I forgot to send the disc in on time to get that, so I'm a little behind.
You're going to be waiting for like 3 months, man.
Yeah,
I don't
Everybody
know.
that got it's going to keep it.
A lot of people that I've talked to, they say that like it's kind of just like the same ones before. Like
Yeah.
there is a limit to stuff. It's not really what they were promising.
yeah.
And it's like, okay, updated graphics might be worth
You'll
it.
put some stick time in and see
Yeah.
how much if it's worth it or not.
Yeah, and of course, it being GameFly, why not?
Yeah,
Fuck it. Yeah. Then I did hear because I was kind of waiting for it was Overkill, Walking Dead Overkill, or Overkill's Walking Dead.
Heard they got canceled.
Yeah, I heard that today. Skybound. Well, I heard that their shit got raided for like insider trading, like no,
Rated by who?
like the Norwegian,
like SEC type.
It's not. No, it's
The
it's
Norwegian?
European,
but the
it's-
SEC type equivalent.
yeah, like they went in and raided their shit and took a bunch of stuff and like stopped people from working on it. And then like, yeah, it's been less than a week and now Skybound is pulling out because they're like, we saw what they're actually at and it sucks. So
man.
like at least you're hearing it and you're like, okay, they're dropping the game because they don't like it and the people are saying it doesn't meet their standard for the quality of Walking Dead stuff they want to put out.
Sure.
Okay.
Which sucks because I thought it was supposed to come out in like a month or two.
You got to have good
sucks.
quality products, man.
You do. You can't just be handing out crap. You know.
Well, companies do it all the time.
Oh yeah. But nice to know that there's companies out there that are like, hey, we've got standards. You've got to meet this quality, especially something from like Walking Dead, who, they do have a very dedicated fan base.
Yeah,
but
you
can't fuck with them.
You see other franchises out there that have very dedicated fan bases, and they let put out shit games.
What do you mean, Tony?
Oh, he's talking about Fable.
No. I was thinking more like
Yeah, you are.
What was it? Battlefront 2, like the whole fiasco with that. Like, and then I was reading an article actually fairly recently about that, and apparently Disney's basically said, yeah, we're good with it. We're good with what they've done so far, because they had like a 10-year contract, and they're about halfway through it right now. And so people, I think, have been pushing them to kind of cancel, like fans have been, because the shit that EA puts out, like lately, it seems like.
So they might get one more.
Can't all be
maybe. But they had just canceled a big game too. Like that was the other thing. Like they just canceled a big Star Wars game because it wasn't going the direction that they wanted or something like that.
Which one?
I don't even remember what it was.
What was it called?
Randy, do you remember? Did you see that article though?
It, but yeah, it was.
Was it Jump to Light Speed 2?
No.
I don't remember, but yeah, they were supposed to. It was. I don't remember even what it was about, but yeah, it was another Star Wars title.
And it sounded like it was kind of like a sandbox title, so like a big open free roam type game.
That could be fun. That's always a good option for a Star Wars game.
Yeah, which actually like Star Wars Galaxies was really that. It was very much open free roam. You go to different planets. There weren't any real quests to go do, so you would just get grouped together with friends and go do things.
Just go fuck around.
Yeah,
there was no hand holding in that game at all.
No,
here you are. Go do whatever you want.
Well, it took a very strong page, since it was made by the same company. It was made by Sony at the time. From what was their big one? Drawing a blank all of a sudden. The big MMO before EverQuest.
Oh yeah, EQ.
Yeah, EverQuest. Took a big page out of that. Like apparently, I'd never played EverQuest, but I don't think it had much in the way of questing and stuff like that. You would just go into the world and kill things and
do what you want. Perhaps
do what you
should
want.
Have called it NeverQuest.
Oh,
yeah, right.
Yeah,
or just short quest.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe quest.
Yeah.
So
quest if you want to. We don't care.
Sometimes
make up your own questing.
Sometimes randomly at ease, recreational quest.
Yeah, pretty much.
That kind of sucks though. Like if you have no fucking quests. I mean, it's nice to be able to just go do shit, but at some point in time, you're like, I gotta have something to do.
Yeah, well, I think
I gotta make money. I gotta make equipment or
it
resources.
Did have those things in it.
Yes,
it was just up to you as to how you discovered
how to
that
do
stuff
it
and how to do it. So
okay.
There was no hand holding in that game. It was like, bloop, you're in the middle of this
Here
universe now. We're
go
not
do
gonna
it.
Tell you what to do. And I kind of like that idea of like, we're not going to tell you what to do. It's up to you to just sort of explore and do whatever you need to do.
Yeah.
Because games certainly are not like that much anymore.
No, and actually, I mean, like MMO wise, WoW was the big one to kind of change that, because like they realized, I was reading something about that, like they're like some of the original developers, like they created quests specifically to help people kind of show people where to go next.
Mm-hmm.
And how to get from okay, you start here in this city, how do you go from the city to the next zone to do your questing and stuff like that?
You have to walk.
Well, you have to walk, but where do you go?
Sometimes.
Like
Head east, my son.
Yeah, so it's like, the world is if you think in terms of like everything's divided by like counties, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you're looking at a map of like the state of Oregon, there's different counties, right? Those are like different regions that you would look at on like an MMO map.
Yeah.
And so laced throughout those regions, there would be these different quest lines that would take you from point A to point B to C, D, E, F, G, so on and so forth.
and then take you into that,
regions.
and even just into the county to like go look at everything in there and see what's there.
But the idea is that in region 1, by the time you start at level 1, by the time you reach that threshold into region 2, you should at least be like level 10, let's say. Like that's the expectation there. So it's not always the case.
A level 4 is not going to run into region 5.
You have the agency, like you have the ability to, like, if you certainly just want to run to region 2, you can. But bear in mind that by the time you get there, and if you're not doing these quests and you're not powerful enough, the things there will probably smash you in 2.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Very quickly.
So it's and it's like that. It's this whole progression from this region to the final region when you're like, Mr. High level raider, powerful,
really badass,
demigod, it's that whole lacing you through the whole thing, and then by that time you're familiar with all the regions and you know sort of what all those regions have to offer because you have been through all those different areas in those games. And so like when you're trying to like look for things sort of in game, they oftentimes will require things that harken back to those earlier areas. So now, like if you're like building something, like you're building like a piece of armor or something, you may need a material that was in like region 2. And so like,
but it's back there. Yeah.
So that's how they sort of use that to like lace you through, to show you everything, and then sort of leave it up to you at the end of the game as far as like what
to do what you want. Yeah.
So it's like reversed. And whereas Galaxies is like, okay, here you are. You can be as powerful as you're ever going to be right now, or you can go figure out ways to do whatever it is you want to do.
You have to find that path on your own. Yeah.
And there's no like lacing you through areas. It's just go be somebody.
So like in Galaxies, you'd start off on one of like 3 planets, like Tatooine, Coruscant, or I can't remember what the other one was.
Were you on Naboo?
I think Naboo was the last one. Yeah.
Good sushi.
Something like something like those 3. And you would go.
Nobu. Never mind.
And then you would just run around the world and go kill things. And if you wanted to use pistols, you'd equip a pistol and start shooting things with it and gain experience with pistols. And like that was it. Like you just went out and did stuff. Like
you have to unlock dual wielding.
Yeah, that type of stuff. Yeah. And then like when you'd get credits, you could go fly to another planet.
Credits were like money. I think,
money,
right?
yeah. That's the So you would go and you'd fly to another planet. Well, you fly to Dantooine, and you walk out there, and you don't have certain level skills of weapons and stuff. You're going to walk out there, and stuff's just going to eat your face, pretty much. Because
your face.
It's going to be a lot more powerful.
But to give you sort of an idea of how that game didn't hold your hand when it comes to that type of stuff, is like there were people that would. So there were professions in the game that you could do.
Yes,
obviously from like relating to sort of some of the stuff that Tony's saying, but like one of them was like a dancer. Right? You could literally log in and go to a fucking inn and just dance for people, and they would tip you because they would get like a buff or whatever. From it. And
doctors would do the same thing.
Doctors would do the same. It's like people would log in only to do that, just dance for money and like spend their money on shit, like whatever they wanted to buy. Like, but they didn't go out killing shit or turning into Jedis or anything. Like they just logged on.
They're just buying fancy outfits and clothes and stuff.
Yeah, and like that's the
strippers
sort of,
got a game, man.
That's the sort of game that was. It's very like specialized. You know what I mean? Like you could definitely be very specialized, or you could be specialized in multiple things. You know what I mean? Like if you really wanted to put in the time,
you could be a crafter. So you could be like you could craft droids or houses, like buildings and stuff like that. So there were like player cities too. After the first few months, they enacted player cities. So you could actually go and found a city. You'd have like a town hall, and that would plot out land of a certain amount that you had to give people access to place their houses in. Before that, you could just kind of go somewhere and place a house.
Just randomly build a house in the middle of fucking.
You could, and people did that. People would do that, and then like people would have droids that would sit in town and bark for them. So like would say, "Hey, come to this waypoint for armor, or for guns, or for swords, or whatever you want." So.
Come see the freak show. It definitely sounds like a very wide open.
Yeah, it very was.
Saying, whatever you want to do, like we'll allow you if you just want to open a shop and sell shit.
Yeah, that's pretty much what you could do. Yeah, so you could put vendors like there was like one of the things was being basically a merchant. Like was one of the professions that you could have.
You could barter really well.
Yeah, so you would get like more you could have more vendors, and your vendors could hold more stuff and stuff like that. And So
But
yeah,
it's one of those things where it's like, here we are now today. But like at some point, and it's weird to think about, but like because now you think about you're logging in like an MMO, in terms of like, oh, you log on, you're a fucking worker, a shaman or some shit, a warrior or whatever. I don't know whatever you do, but like back in the day, there was someone that would just be like, God, I'm fucking glad I'm done with the day of work. Time to fucking log on and start dancing. And then just do that. You know what I mean? Like that's how they spent their night. You know what I mean? Like,
well, and then a lot of stuff too in that game. Like a lot of people used a lot of either third-party software, which you really weren't supposed to do a lot of automated crafting or dancing. But you could do macros where if somebody tipped you, they would get invited. It will automatically invite them to your party. You would get the buff, and then they would leave the party. And go out in the world because like you had like 3 different bars.
I would always talk to them first. That's what I would do. I want to make sure that this is legit. I want you to watch.
Are you a robot? Yes or no?
I'm paying for your services. All right.
People had macros that would do that for them. So like you would literally like if
you're gonna suffer through this experience with me.
And there were people like that too that would be
hey,
like,
what's up, stranger? Hey, how you doing? You need a buff? Yes, I do. Here you go. All right, thank you. Bye-bye.
You just go up to the dancer at the bar and ask for a buff.
Shake it, baby. That's the secret password. You looking for a buff, big boy? All right. Buff, shine, and wax. 2 bits.
Me buff you long time.
Yeah, but it's just... It's interesting to see how those types of games have like come along, evolved, stuff like that. Even like the old Final Fantasies, like you'd have kind of your progress through the game, but there weren't really quests to go do. Like it might give you a hint to, if you bring me this item, maybe I can do something for you. Mm-hmm. But they didn't tell you where to go. Didn't give you a little map marker to go there. It would just say, go find this item, bring it to me.
You had to wander around and figure out, if I go that way, I die. If I go this way, I get boots. If I go this way, I don't know where. Yeah.
If I go this way, I get robbed, kind of thing. So, like, even then, like, to now, like, some of the Final Fantasy games, there's actual quests and stuff in there. And so it's a lot more, linear or not even linear, just more pointed so that you know where to go, those kinds of things. So
you just sit there and get lost for a couple hours and forget what you've been doing this whole time.
It also makes it so you don't have to grind as much. So like I know in EQ it was a huge thing. Like you would have to go grind and level and like you would just go and sit there and kill mobs all day long. Kind of like the South Park "Let's Go Kill Boars," like that meme of it. Just sitting there killing boars.
We have to kill 53 boars every day, and we'll be level 100 in 6 months.
Oh, shit.
That kind of thing. Yeah, that's what people would do in EQ. And then if you died, you would lose experience. So you could actually lose levels if you died too much.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
So
it was very harsh.
Boars.
Yes.
Dick.
Wow.
Anything else? I think I'm going to wrap it up here, gentlemen. Been here for probably like 2, 4, 5, 6 hours. There's going to be a lot of editing done to this. We're going to have to shrink it down so it fits into the allotted time. Once again, thanks for joining us. If you got any questions, want to have anything with the conversation, maybe recommend a board game we need to try after we sample or look at Thanos Rising.
Yeah, or maybe you have a question you want to propose to the group.
Yeah. Where would they find that, Tony?
You can hit us up on Twitter at @ILaggedOut, or there's the good old email, namelessgamerspdx@gmail.com.
Bingo!
All right. So, thanks for joining us once again. And I hate this map.